Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Monday, we are back to the top of the workshop looking at the top performing map of the moment, and it's this one. And it's by a creator that you almost certainly have heard of, even though we've never reviewed them on the channel before. It's a behemoth of the YouTube community and probably the reason why you play this game, either directly or indirectly, because they may have played it and then somebody may have copied them and so forth. They're huge and they're doing this great big challenge thing, linking in with their Discord and with their Twitch, and it's all going on, and links to all of that is of course in the description of this video. But the question is their map any good? And that's what we're here to find out today. If you want to play along though, today we do have BonBonBingo going. Link is in the description for your free bingo card. Tick off the memes, if there are any, as we're going through the show. And of course, whatever little game we play, it's the daily reminder. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Imperial Valley by ImperialJedi. Now, this is a sort of map where I should give 5 stars for everything, because there's going to be a lot of fanboys, there'll be people watching the show who love ImperialJedi and don't want to see them getting slated. So we're going to be completely positive today. There's your start square, by the way. I'm going to be completely positive. We're going to rate everything brilliantly. There's your terrain heights, lots of flat land and some interesting, I say interesting mountains. They are interesting. We've got resources all around the 25 tiles, basically game based on a vanilla play, this one I would suggest. And then if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, your fishing map will look like this. All of the things are there. That's actually very nice, I've got to say. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, no DLCs required today, or is there? And a very short description. It's 100% vanilla. You don't need any subscriptions. We'll be using the vanilla temperate theme and the realistic 1.2 LUTs, but only because you guys prefer it to vanilla. And down to ground level. Right, let's start off at this side of the map because there's less things to grumble about, plus we get to see the rail and the highways at the same time. I don't mind things being a little bit glitchy on the edge of the map, which is basically designed to be played within the 25 tiles. So those initial glitchy bits don't really matter too much. Although I think we will sort of show these things as well. I think on the second half of the show we'll just nip in, have a look at a couple of things outside of the 25. For those of you that really care about these things, I mean, they're there. Somebody's gone to the effort. I say somebody, I mean Jedi has gone to the effort of putting in islands outside of the 25, so I think we should just have a glance at them, yeah? Slightly glitchy looking start to the bridge there, but again, we're out of 25, I don't really mind too much. And then from about here, we're going to start paying proper attention. I think that's about the right point. So yes, do I bend over backwards and say how wonderful everything is and try and get lots of new subscribers? Or do I stick with my true, honest self and say it as it is? I'll let you decide. Oh, no, not listening. No, doing my usual thing. Okay, we've got bridges coming up. Bridges are pretty fine. Pretty fine is what we're going to say about this. Nothing to grumble about there. Plenty of decent standards going on so far. And the rail's going to stop in a moment. It's just over on the left. It's going to peel off. It's going to stop. It's outside of the start square, but it's easily accessible. But it's standard vanilla base game rules. We don't have rail in the start square in most vanilla maps, so there we go. A nice little humpback bridge there, which I really do approve of. A good quality going on there. Some people might grumble about the pillars in the middle. So what? So what? So what indeed. As we head down towards the start square intersection, which is a vanilla cloverleaf, it's perfectly fine. Certainly going to do for the start. You may want to obviously upgrade things as you're going along, but I think that's going to do for, yeah, getting things rolling. I mean, it's vanilla. It's what it's all about. Yeah, so Jedi, what they're wanting you to do is to play this map and then send screenshots, and they'll be giving out some like silly little prizes and all that sort of stuff. And it'd just be interesting to see what sort of city builds people come up with, how people differ from each other. That's the whole idea of today's map. It's never intended to be a glossy map. In fact, very rarely do we get truly glossy maps from YouTubers because they're always working on them anyway during their Let's Plays. Now, let's just say things go a little bit to pot for a little while. So from now on, what I'm going to say is, oh, there's one tree under the highway here. Just the one. Again, playing vanilla, that won't be showing because it'll be tucked underneath the highway. Of course, I am showing it with Anarchy. Just it's part of the tree count, although it's one tree. Not going to make much of a difference, is it? Anyway, yes, what was ImperialJedi thinking when they built this series of switchbacks? What were they thinking? I'll tell you what they weren't thinking. They weren't thinking, I wonder what BonBonB is going to score me for this pass through the mountains with all the shark's teeth, with the elevated at ground level highways. What were they thinking? They weren't thinking that. They may have been thinking, this is taking too long. I fancy to get a cup of tea. This doesn't matter. It's outside 25 tiles. Nobody's going to care about it. Nobody's going to look at it. Nobody's going to map review me. That's for certain. That's the sort of thing that Jedi was thinking about. I think they're probably right to be thinking those things. Sometimes we take things a little bit too seriously. And sometimes, well, we do. And sometimes it's important to, and sometimes it isn't. And today I think it's one of those days that we just enjoy the ride and enjoy the fact that somebody's out there trying to bring the community together with a little interactivity. And you've got to applaud that. You've also got to applaud little intermissions like this. Keeps the day fun.
Do all your cities end up looking like ugly, lumpy grids? Would you like to evolve a more organic, natural-style city? Then check out BonBonB's Breaking the Grid playlist. Click the I button now.
Thanks for that, Zach. Let's have a look at the shipping routes down at Imperial Valley by ImperialJedi. And we've got the full loop. Yes, it's one of these full loop shipping routes that is very, very vanilla based game, which means every ship coming on the map is going to come into your harbour, sail through your harbour and sail out, whether it's stopping or not. So we're not talking about a finesse shipping route, we're talking about a vanilla base game shipping route. And one that we can all laugh about, along with like the vanilla traffic. So we laugh about that. What can we do about it? Water flow, if you're looking for a strong water flow through your start square, doesn't look like there's gonna be, does it? Doesn't look like there's gonna be. And then you get to this little waterfall, and then the water is moving. And there you go. It's strong enough, it's deep enough, it's wide enough. I would say that we're okay for a vanilla base game style build. Pumping and drawing into the river. That works for me. Okay, map as a whole, it is what it is. Fantasy river system and somewhat lumpy mountains. Somewhat. They spent hours making those, you know. Let's have a look at these islands that are out the 25 tiles. They don't really matter too much because nobody's ever going to see them using vanilla rules. So blocked from view from those mountains and deep in the fog. Probably doesn't matter at all. If we head over this way, follow the highway, we've got plenty of buildable space in the middle of the map. It's split up, broken up by those rivers. I say it's a fantasy river system because it makes no sense at all, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all about the shape of your city, and I'm okay for that. I'm okay on this map. I'm okay for that. Heading up this way, we're going to head up to an interesting mountain in the middle of the river system. On one side, we have got quite a wide, strong waterfall middle in there. It's pretty strong. And on the other side, it's very marshy and mossy and mildewy. And I think I prefer this side. It's just prettier. It's still very vanilla because it's vanilla. Of course, it's vanilla because it's vanilla. If we follow the river down, it's an interesting route again. It doesn't make any sense at all. We've got divergence there. Again, why? Doesn't matter because it just doesn't matter. And then we head down to the sea. We've got beaches. Now, are the beaches any good on today's map? Yes, they're really, 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 really good if you only look at this one for a few seconds. There. Okay, stop looking. Okay, now we're in trouble because you're still looking. We've got this little offshoot here, which is like grassy. Don't know where the grass has suddenly appeared from. It looks a bit digitized as well along the edges there. The beaches over here, which are playable beaches, they're elevated. How did the sand get up there? We do not know. We don't ask these questions. And over here is a 2-tier sandy beach, elevated 10 meters, maybe 15 meters up from the waterfront. It's not very polished. It's not. Did Imperial say it was going to be a polished map? It's something you're probably going to be fixing as you're going along during your city build. That's the plan. Now, somewhere in the start square, as always, we have an asset. As the asset of the day is 1800 Central Avenue by valleymena. I really like this. I like the shine on the bricks. I'm really liking that texture. It's just got a real nice vibe and feel to it. It looks better from the front than it does the sides and the back, so I just tuck this into a parade of shops and just hide this lot away around the sides. And it's okay around the sides. The back's very plain. But the front, I think the front really pops, and it's certainly a building that if I was doing a city build with this kind of architecture, I would be jumping right on board with this one. Shall we do factoids? Because factoids, why not? The Tower of London has served many purposes in its time, and once even housed a zoo. A zoo, no less. Actually, there's one I did know. Did go to the Tower of London as a youngish child. I was about 11, I think. And I saw a ghost. And it was a ghost. It was actually in the grounds. Nobody else could see it. It was really weird. I often see ghosts, but yeah, it was really weird. I pointed out. What are you pointing at? Anyway, 1800 Central Avenue by valleymena, today's asset of the day. Yeah, clear as day. It was just like a faded figure just walking through the grounds, flower beds and stuff. And I pointed it out, and nobody else could see it. And it was definitely there. And I definitely wasn't drunk because I was like no more than 10. Or maybe I was drunk. What do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right corner of your screen. The link in the description will take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Apple, Gmail or a Patreon account. But what do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, 5 stars. Okay, we're not going to play that game. Aesthetically, there's not really too much to say about it. In fact, it's bordering on unattractive. I'm sorry, even for vanilla, bordering unattractive. I can't go higher than high 2. Sorry, I feel bad. Detailing's not too bad. Where it needs to be okay, it's okay. There are a few shoddy bits elsewhere, but where it needs to be okay, it's okay. There's nothing really that shines on it, though. I'm going to go for a lowish 3 stars. It's a pass mark. Gameplay. Unfortunately, this map does need mass transit. Many of you already spotted that. And because it's not listed on the workshop page, this means this map will be very broken for those of you that don't have it. So I have to give it 1 star because it's not listed. Imperial Valley by ImperialJedi. That is a YouTuber map. It's the only way we can really describe these things. It's a YouTuber map. It's for a YouTube, actually Twitch, YouTube. Same difference, sort of, but not. Exactly. If you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word of the day into the comments to score yourself some population points just for fun, and I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. And I can't promise you it will be as good as today's, but it might be. Thanks for watching. I'll see you very, very soon.